Everyone get out!
Hello tankers and tankettes, time for a bit of low tier action, and this is, I don't know if you remember the AMX40 video I posted not that long ago, but this is another one where I was helping Foch, but basically he was on a quest to get the Ace Tanker badge in every tank he's ever played, so every tank on his list of, his service record, he wants to have the Ace Tanker badge next to it, and I think he's done it at this point. But yeah, I was because I've got a couple of these low tier French machines. This is another one I volunteered, and I don't have a B1 exactly, but I've got the Panzer B2, the premium one. And this is not my usual matchmaking because this thing gets preferential matchmaking. But of course, being with Foch, there was a chance we were going to get tier 5s, and we did. So I'm going to tell you right away, this is actually not a great match by any means. This is actually a match where our top tiers were all extremely derpy and we basically saved the day. And yeah, you might think, how can you possibly save the day in a couple of tier 4s with not very good guns? Well, you'll see. So there is pretty much a lemming train towards the cap, and that might tell you what's going to happen, maybe. I'm just going to try a sneaky shot in this Jiha. I'm unapologetically, even. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Unapologetically? Who knows? I'm unapologetically using lots of gold ammo in this thing, lots of premium ammo, and like I said in my review of it, you kind of have to, because even at seeing other tier 4s, there's quite a few tanks where you actually need the gold rounds, because it's not a great gun. And that's the reason why it gets limited matchmaking. I mean, even the B1 gets limited matchmaking these days, but this has even more limited matchmaking than the B1, and it's because the gun sucks, frankly. There's enough around as well. I mean, the armor's fairly decent, but there is enough around, even counting, even not counting the weak spots that the B1/B2 have to hurt you. Tier 3 and Tier 4 tank destroyers, it used to be it's a bit better these days, but it used to be the 105mm gun with the heat ammo, especially on Hetzers. That would just nail you every time. You could be a one-shot kill for that if it rolled high enough. And that's still kind of the case. It depends where they shoot you. It's still possible because it still has 100 penetration, so it's still possible to get penned by that heat ammo and one-shotted. But you see Hetzers with that less these days. Not that I play this tank a great deal anyway. Right, we're positioning ourselves to the north of the cap because our team is, we can't quite tell what they're doing at this point, but the ones that have stayed behind to try and... They weren't pushing the other flank, and they're just being overrun because they were badly outnumbered. And we've scared off that M7, okay. But the guys that have come to the cap, we've got a Churchill 3 who is sat in G8 where they are of no use to anybody whatsoever. So basically it's me and Foch trying to keep the tanks up here occupied long enough for our team to cap, because most of our team is being completely useless. And yeah, hello M7. That went in his tracks. Now this is Dirt Panzer IV, this is dangerous, but he's firing HE, which is unreliable, and I can definitely out-rate of fire this guy. So I'm distracting him whilst Foch takes some shots. Ouch. Yeah, that was one I didn't need to take, but hey. And, oh, hello, Stug, who also has the Derp, as it turns out. So Foch is shooting him while he's occupied with me, and I think Foch was probably using a lot of gold rounds as well, because when you see tier 5s, this thing, I know enough history to know that the Top Gun, or the guns on the B1, I think especially the Top Gun, they were some of the best AT guns in the world at the time, but they don't really get a fair shake. So yes, ouch. I just got shot by the SC-35A, and I don't think it was the 105mm gun because I'd be dead otherwise. So that was probably the stock 17-pounder. So yeah, look what's going on. The rest of the guys in the cap have done nothing. They have literally just capped, and that's half the team have done fully nothing in this battle except cap. And we basically carried this in our crappy tier 4 heavy tanks. We didn't do that much damage, but the fact that we distracted the people that could have decapped and killed 3 of them means that we saved the day pretty hard there. And without us being there and without us doing that, they would have lost so badly. So that's how, despite the fact that between us we did only, what, 1200 damage, we got the best scores, and Foch obviously did most of that, so he got a better score than me. But this is one of those. This is almost like that Jingles video where he says, "When not to cap." Yeah, this was a game where we won, yes, but most of the team got really awful scores. I mean, really bad. The other B1 on our team was in 4th place. There was the Panzer IV was the only tier 5 that had over 300 XP, and the rest of them, we had the Churchill 3 with 164 damage. So that's 2 damaging shots, 250 XP. The Churchill 3 is a really easy machine to get XP in, but because we capped, because our team were rubbish, yeah, most of the winning team had worse, or the same or worse XP than most of the losing team. This is why you don't cap, guys. This is why you go and beat up the other tanks, because if you just go and do this, yeah, you've won, but KV-1 0 damage, M7 0 damage, Panzer IV 0 damage, Su-85 0 damage. Yeah, that was not good. That was us carrying those guys towards a victory, because otherwise they would have just failed horribly. They would have been decapped, they would have been killed. They were just pants, basically. So, yeah, when Jingles, go watch Jingles' video on when not to cap. This was another prime example of when not to cap. But if we hadn't done what we have done, then the rest of the team would have failed, and it would have been that simple. And we were out for ourselves in that one, basically. We knew that if we let the team fail, that our XP would have been terrible. And our XP was still not great, but we were top 2, and we were top 2 for a reason. Anyway, if you liked this video, you can hit the like button, you can subscribe to my channel, you can leave a comment, and of course, as always, stay tuned for more.